Hello, my name is Wendela and this is the new To BookTube Tag. I did the BookTube newbie tag a while ago, but the lighting was horrible, so I deleted that one and I'm gonna replace it with a new To BookTube Tag instead. Let's begin with question number 1, which is, where are you joining us from? And I'm living in Stockholm, Sweden. Question number 2 is, how old are you? And I am 19 years and a half. Question number 3 is, why did you start BookTube? And I've watched BookTube videos for a couple of years now, and every time I watch a video I come up with my own answers, and after a while I also started to coming up with my own unique video ideas, but unfortunately I've had a lot of pain in my hands, so I haven't been able to edit videos and upload it on YouTube. But now I'm able to do that with my hands because they're getting better, and I'm so excited because I can't still do that much with my hands, so therefore reading is a big part of my life and I have a lot of things I want to share with you guys. Question number 4 is, what is the story behind your channel name? And I have a combination of the words pen and euphoria, which makes penphoria, which is my own word I've come up with to describe the feeling you get when you are writing and suddenly everything falls into place and you feel like this goddess, or when you come up with a really cool idea and you start writing and the words are just floating out of you. That's penphoria. Moving on to question number 5, what type of books do you read and / want to talk about here? Mostly read YA, and I especially want to do book talks on books that features characters with a disability or a disease, or that has a mental health problem, or is part of the LGBTQ community, because I can relate to those topics and I'm very interested in them, and I feel like I have a lot to say about them and I want to share it with you guys. Question number 6, what are some of your favorite authors? And here my answer is the Swedish authoress Sara Lövestam. She has written a bunch of books with lesbian main characters, and on top of that she writes the most hilarious grammar books. And yes, you heard right, I said hilarious and grammar in the same sentence. She has written books about verbs and adjectives and word order for the Swedish language, and she makes the most hilarious metaphors and she draws the most amazing parallels. So I'm seriously sitting there laughing out loud while reading a grammar book. They are amazing. Unfortunately they are only available in Swedish, but some of her novels are available in English, so go and check her out. Moving on to question number 7, what's the last book you read? That is None of the Above by I.W. Gregorio, and I will do a book talk on that later. I really like the book. It's about a girl, a very popular girl, who finds out that she's intersex. Then we have question number 8, which is a bit hard for me to answer because that's, what are you currently reading? And I'm currently reading, I think I'm reading 5 books. I have a problem, guys, I have a problem. I don't like reading 5 books. I'm a person who likes to read one story and focus on that, but for various different reasons I'm now stuck with 5 stories, and I've been that for a year. Anyway, so the books I'm reading are a bit different, so maybe that's why, I don't know. Anyways, they are A Very Large Expensive Sea by Tahar Mafi, about a Muslim girl right after 9/11. Then I'm reading Game of Thrones, the second book in the series, and then I'm also reading Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, and both Game of Thrones and Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy are fantasy books, but Game of Thrones is so brutal sometimes, so I need to mix it up with a more happy fantasy books sometimes. And then I'm also reading a book by Cecilia Lindqvist. It's called Tecknens rike, a Swedish book about Chinese characters and their history, and it's so fascinating. Last but not least, I'm reading Texter by Kajsa Ekis Ekman. She's a chroniclist, I think it's what it's called. Anyways, she's given out a book with all of the texts she has published between the years 1988 and 2015. So I guess it's a bit of variation there. I don't read 5 contemporary books or something like that. Moving on to question number 9. What do you use for bookmarks? And I use anything that's flat. Basically, I can fit between pages. Over to question number 10, which is, I need to look it up. Show us your current TBR pile. That's gonna take a while. Hello, I'm back here with new clothes because I needed to do something. But anyways, back to my TBR, which consists of hundreds of books, but I have narrowed them down to the top 3 I'm most excited about. And first of all, we have Seven Surrenders by Ada Palmer, the second book in the Terra Ignota series, which I'm just loving. And if you want to know more about it, it came in 2nd place of all the books I read in 2018, and I will link that video down below so you can watch it. It literally tore me to pieces and then put me back together better than I was before, but it was also very, very, very painful to read, so therefore I have put off reading the second one for almost a year now, but now I'm finally ready for it. The second book I'm super excited for is the ever so hyped Children of Blood and Bone by Tony Adeyemi. I will read it when the second book is out so I can read them together, and I'm positive I'm gonna fall madly in love with them. And last but not least, we have Every Last Word, where the main character has mental health problems and anxiety and writes poetry, and I'm like, that's me, so it sounds perfect. Question 11 consists of 3 questions, paperbacks or hardcovers. Here I choose hardcovers because I have pain in my hands, so I always read with a book flipped open on a table, and if it's hardcover, it's gonna stay open, and if it's paperback, I need to have weights on it and stuff. Blah. It's annoying. Second of all, we have the question ebooks or physical books, and here I choose physical books because I don't want to stare at a screen all day. And finally, borrowing or owning books, and I choose borrowing, and I have a whole video about why I don't buy new books, which I'm pretty proud of, and you can check it out in the description down below. I don't know why I'm doing the spooky voice. Over to the next question. Number 12, which book or series got you into reading? That is the Rainbow Magic series by Daisy Meadows, which are all about fairies and that kind of fun stuff. I started reading them when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and the first book I very clearly remember that I read 4 pages in one sitting and my eyeballs were hurting, and I was so proud of myself because I had read 4 pages. So it took me quite some time to finish that first book, but the second book I finished in only 3 days, and the third in just 1 day, so this series increased my reading pace immensely. Number 13, how did you discover BookTube? I think I watched some beauty vlogger and they did my favorite books ever, and I was like, this is so cool, and then I saw some related videos and I was like, oh, there are actual people who talk only about books, mind-blowing, and then I was sort of stuck. Number 14, which challenges do you expect with your own channel? That's definitely uploading regularly, because As mentioned before, I have a lot of pain in my hands, so I can't film and edit and upload as much as I would like to. Also kind of being a part of a community, because I can't really comment as much as I would like on other people's videos, because yeah, which is kind of terrifying, because I want to build a community, especially with people who also are disabled or have some body problem, dysfunction, you know what I mean. Final question, where else can we find you? I have finally made a Twitter account. Applause, applause, applause! I realized that Twitter was an essential if you wanted to be a booktuber, so I started one. You can find me as Penphoria Love on Twitter. I will link it down below too. And I also have a Goodreads, which I'm not sure what it's called, but I will link it in the description box down below too, so you can relax. That's everything for today. I hope you found me interesting enough to subscribe and maybe watch some more videos. That will be awesome. Until next time, take care of yourself, the people around you, and the earth. I'm so cliche, I know. Anyways, it's important. Bye.